Hey YouTube, this is Ozark's brother Jerry, and just thought I'd tell you what I've been working on the last couple of days. I had about a half a dozen chicks hatch a couple weeks ago, and I had 20 hatch yesterday, so I needed to move the big ones out of the tote that I have them in, so I can move the 20 others in. So I've been going like gangbusters on this deal. So I'm just going to call this a grow pen, because you know when the chickens are juvenile and they're smaller, you put them in with the general populace of your big hens, and they'll most often kill them. Now, I had a bunch last year and they didn't, but any other time they've always been vicious. And I've had chickens for 25 years. But so I wanted to make this, and I wanted to use everything, you know, from stuff I already had around here. So I used that's tin from a barn that I helped a guy redo his barn roof a couple years ago. And while we're talking about the tin, I'll give a big shout out to Harbor Freight and their, see those nippers? Man, you just plug that dude in and it's a whole lot easier cutting that tin. So this thing is about 46 inches by 38 inches. And you can see the nest box I have on back. And I thought I had a hook for it, but I don't, so I just screwed it shut because I've got those chickens in there. But anyhow, I have a couple of banties, and it might be, you know, it might be the case that there's just a couple of hens I'd want to breed with a certain rooster, so I could put them over here and keep them away from the others for a couple of weeks while I gather the eggs. So then this thing, it's cedar. There's a guy down in Arkansas that has a bandsaw mill. Produces a lot of cheap cedar, so that's been sitting around here for about a year. Then that chicken wire is that's old chicken wire, but it's just a roll of 2-foot that I had, and I'll make them a bigger pen eventually, probably 6 by 8 or something like that. But I need to get to town to get the wire. And then for the my post, if you will, I had some 2x6s left over from a job, treated 2x6s, and I ripped them in half and put them in concrete a couple weeks ago. So, and these are, if you do any business at Lowe's, man, these are those treated dog-eared fence panels. I don't know what you call them, fencing boards, but they're treated and they're like $1.60. So I just use those for so many jobs around the place. You know, I made both doors out of that. It's good to work with, and it stays straight. So here's the inside. And I put the door on the bottom. I've never done that before, but I'll just try to do something different. And there's the chickies back there. They've only been in there for about half an hour or so. And I put a couple of roosts in. I cut a couple of small trees down and made some roosts. And the window, it's small, but all the glass I had around here was a picture frame from the dollar store, so I just used the glass out of that. So then all this, like the bottom here, is just a 1-inch sawmill board, old 2x4s, everything I had laying around the homestead. So so thanks for watching, and maybe I'll have something more interesting in a week or so. See ya. So these are the chicks I talked about that hatched yesterday. Man, I'm about hoarse from working out in this heat and high humidity. But I had 26 eggs. And I just got a little Chinese incubator, and 20 of them hatched, so that's almost 80%. So I was pleased with that.